Hey there, it's Elizabeth, and welcome back to another. I don't know what we're calling this. Um, oh, it's the At a Glance. Sorry, golly, I'm trying to roll my chair to my desk. Okay, the June At a Glance. Okay, before I forget what happened in June. So I know it's been a bit since I have made a video. Things have been absolutely crazy here. Crazy, I tell you. We've had a lot of showings for the house. News about my kids that I'll tell you about in a second. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's been crazy, been crazy. So, welcome if you're new here. Welcome back if you're returning. Glad you're here. This year, excuse me, this year I've decided to do a monthly calendar. I got this at the Dollar Tree and, excuse me, I didn't start it until April, I think. This was my first spread. Really, really enjoyed it. And then hadn't done January, February, March. So I'm going backward and doing those. But this is how it started out. It's been super, super fun. It's been giving me my, small creative fix because if you didn't know, we are trying to move again. I know. Anyway, so we have our house up for sale. I no longer have a craft room. I haven't had a craft room since January. I am so sorry. I don't know what's going on with my throat. Yeah, haven't had a craft room since January. Yes, it's been driving me nuts. And yeah, on top of that, I'm on chemotherapy, oral chemotherapy, which means, it's not the traditional chemotherapy where you go in and you get it intravenously. I'm getting it through pills. And oh my goodness, it's been a roller coaster, let me just tell you. And then this past month, it's been really just crazy because I've had fevers. So when I say roller coaster, I mean roller coaster. It's like I finally worked my way up. I've been on the pills since January, but I've been titrating and working my way up to the full dosage of two different types of pills. And oh my heavens to Betsy, like I started getting fevers about 3 weeks ago. And so like the protocol is like stop all medication for 24 hours. If you don't have a fever for 24 hours, then you can resume the pills. So it's been like one day on the pills, I get a fever. Then I'm off the pills for a day, I don't get a fever. Then I go back on the pills for a day, I get a fever. And it's been like that, and on top of all that, I have other side effects with it. Anyway, then we just found out, well, I'll get into that in a minute. But anyhow, this is what June turned out to look like. And so, yeah, I am pretty much done. I think I have a few little things to add, but otherwise it's pretty much done. And yeah, I really, really have been enjoying this when I get the time or when I get the energy to come in here and work on it. So then I was just at the Dollar Tree the other day and I found this for the next year. Now, this calendar I did get at the Dollar Tree and it's just for a year. That's it. I wish I could have found another one just like this for 2025, but I could not. No, I could not. So I found this one. This is the only one that looked, relatively similar to the one that I'm working on, although this is for 2 years. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that because I don't know if I'm going to continue doing this for the next 2 years. We'll see. But I love the color or the cover of this because it's like Matisse-esque, and so super fun. And then on the inside, this is what it looks like. So it's, it's pretty much the same. The boxes might be a little bigger, which will be great. This is kind of plain, which will be nice too because, I won't have this right in the middle, although it hasn't bothered me yet. So, yeah. The only thing I don't like is it doesn't have like a footer, at the bottom. So, not a lot of, I guess, not a lot of like creative space on the perimeters, like I have here, right? I have this down here, this up here, and this down the side. So, I don't know, we'll work with it. But anyway, I thought this might work great for next year, and then it goes into the whole of 2026 as well. So We'll see. It was $1.50 at the Dollar Tree. So there's that. Let's get into this. Okay, so June 2024 already. Oh my goodness. Okay, so across the header up here, I just wrote in bubble letters. I really like the way these came out. Couch potatoes, because that's pretty much what our month was about, because I've been having these fevers and such. And I'm basically literally like, I go from my bed to the couch. Yeah. And then down this side here, I found this super quote. I keep getting up and getting down to just make sure you guys are in frame and all that. I found this really nice quote. I love it. It says, "But the thing is, I still choose God, even when it's hard, even when it doesn't make sense, even when it's taking longer than I ever expected, I still choose Him. All I know is I'd rather go through this with Him than without Him." And that is so true. Oh my goodness. So we did have a pretty exciting month. I mean, not for me, but for my family and everything. I was pretty much on the couch. So this month I just had a hankering for Canada Dry ginger ale, or any ginger ale really, because when I have my fevers, it's usually in the middle of the night, anywhere from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. And I wake up, I'm nauseous, I'm super hot because I have a fever, but I'm also chilling. So I'm like, I feel like the princess and the pea, although I'm the pea, right? Because I'm under like this mountain of blankets and I'm shivering and whatever. So anyway, this is just very refreshing for me when I have a fever. So I have been drinking those. We get just the little ones because I can't drink a whole can of soda. I don't usually drink soda, but anyway, so that's been very helpful. So you see, I use some of my memojis here. I love using these. The rest of it is just drawings, basically, because a few little printables. I did put a lovely picture of my daughter in here when she went to Maine, but the rest of it is really all just drawings and stuff. In which case, generally speaking, for most of the drawings, I look up clip art online, and then I just kind of use that as a reference and then draw it into my book. So at the beginning of the month, this is what we were watching. I do like to put, what we were currently watching. I think every month I've done it. Here, yeah, we were watching SWAT here. Here we were watching NCIS. Yeah, it's just fun to keep note of that. I was angry here, and I'll tell you why. Big Handsome is sick. Yeah. So once again, we went to visit people who shall remain nameless. They were sick. They did not let us know. And lo and behold, a few days later, or whatever, time passed, and my husband comes down and he's sick with cold, and I was fit to be tied, because we cannot. My husband and I deal with enough health issues as it is that we do not need flu, colds, whatever on top of all that. And anyway, so my poor husband was sick as a dog. This day here we were cleaning. This is from this little Snuggadoo I received from Rebecca Hoot. I'll put her link below. A Happy Mail a bit back, and she sent me a thing of socks, and they have been such a help. Thank you so much, Rebecca. I have been using them. So I cut this out of the packaging. There was supposed to be a launch here. My in-laws were still in town. Not my parents-in-law, but my sisters-in-law. They were still in town, so they all came over in the morning. We all sat out on the patio waiting for this launch to happen, and it did not happen. So, anywho, so there was that. We were cleaning and stuff on this day as well, because on the Sunday we had an open house from 1 to 3. Then on this day here, this is all about being sick, right? So I started feeling like I was getting sick on this day, which made my blood about boil. The next day here, I had a CT at the hospital, and oh my goodness, when they put the IV in for, the contrast or whatever, it was like she was putting a garden hose up my arm. It was so painful. And yeah, there was just nothing I could do about it but sit there. I mean, the test literally takes 5 minutes, but I was just, oh my gosh, it was so painful. I couldn't believe it. And then I think after that, right after that, I had to go over right across the street to the cancer center to give blood there. And they did it in my arm instead of, I have a port, but they did it in my arm. And I did not feel a thing. Not a thing. I was just like, how is this even possible? I mean, I guess people are good at some things and not good at others. I don't know. But anyway, so that was an eventful day. And then on this day here, full on cold for me. I was so upset. I was just so, so upset. So yeah, I had a full on cold. Then on Wednesday, this day, we had the astronaut launch. And this is an example right here, both of these, of clip art reference, pictures that I look up on my phone, and then I just simply use it as a reference and draw it. I draw it in pencil first, then I outline it in pen, then I color it in colored pencils. And it's a lot of fun for me. I really enjoy doing that. So we had haircuts this day, and there was also a launch. Oh yeah, I remember, because we were at the haircutting place, and that's when they were launching it, and we were all looking like in one direction. And this other guy, like just out on the street, he's like, oh, are you guys looking at the launch? And we're like, we're trying to, but we don't see anything. He's like, yeah, that's because it's over there. So it was like not even where we were looking anyway. But yeah, so, and this was the astronaut launch, so that was cool. And then my daughter here, well, my husband made coffee cakes, which are very yummy. And then my daughter left on an airplane with her girlfriend and her girlfriend's mom up to Maine. And so, yeah, she was up to Maine for a week, I think. Yeah, I think she stayed up there for a week. My little pupper was grazing again. He does that. I don't know why he does it. It doesn't, the grass that he eats or whatever he finds to eat, it soothes his stomach or something. He doesn't get sick from it. It's just the most bizarre thing. I don't know. He's only done it since we've lived up here, so it's super, super weird. Anyway, there was a launch this day. Again, here where I live a couple hours south of Cape Canaveral here in Florida. And we are able to actually see the launches if the weather is permitting from our dock. So it's really cool. We just go out to our dock, we look to the north, to the northeast, and we see the launch. Super, super cool. So we had a launch this day, and there have been many, many launches because I think Elon Musk he's the one who's sending up a bunch of Starlink satellites. So, I mean, there have been tons. Like the month before, you look here, launch, 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 launch. I mean, some of them I don't even draw the little rocket ship, but yeah, there are just so many launches. So that's been super fun. This is like some cheesy spread that my husband got for me, garlic cheesy spread, which I love. Alouette, I just put it on crackers. It's really good. So I took the packaging and I put it there. My husband and I had a movie day this day. Remy was grazing again. I took a shower. Which, let me tell you, over the last month, that's like an accomplishment for me to take a shower. So, I know. Anyway, so I denoted that. And then this day here, my in-laws wanted my husband and I to go over to their house. They had their house tented, so they had to take all their food out of their cupboards and all this stuff. And so my mother-in-law wanted us to go over there so that my husband could help her organize her cupboards and organize the food in the pantry and all that, because my husband is a superb organizer. He's like super, super good at it. So we went over and did that. The next day I had an appointment with my noggin doc, and my scans were all clean. So I was so happy. Praise the Lord for that. Yes, my brain scan was clean and my body scan was clean from this CT that I had up here. So I was so thrilled. This day here, oh my goodness, we have had, of course, summertime here is our rainy season. So we just get a lot of rain. And we had just terrible thunderstorms on this day. This is kind of like a radar image of the rain and stuff. I think there was actually a tornado touched down and did some damage in a town south of where we live. So yeah, monsoon. It was just crazy. We were supposed to have actually 2 showings this day at our house, but we ended up only having 1, I believe, because it was super, super rainy. There was a launch on this day. I took a bath this day just to ease my sore muscles and stuff. Yeah, we did errands on this day. I was super, super sore this day. This is like a drawing that I did for a lighthouse because, again, my daughter was in Maine and she went to go see a lighthouse. And so I drew that in. That was fun. There's my sweet girl. She's so pretty. Maine is beautiful. Oh my goodness. She had such a good time. I was super, super sore this day. And then my fevers began on this day. So yeah. And so I called my nurse and she said, go get a COVID test just in case, you know, because we had colds and stuff. So it came back negative, which was fine. But that's when the whole like, take your medicine, then don't take your medicine, then take your medicine, then don't take your medicine. Anyway, I'm still in the throes of that, okay? I'm still trying to figure all that out. And I'm only doing this video today because I was off my medication. I've been off my medication for a day and a half, and so I feel like a normal person again. Yeah, but when I have my fevers, you know, these are the side effects that I've been experiencing. It's like, you know, I have fevers, I have body pain, I have shock pain, headaches, a general feeling of malaise, no appetite, chills, tired, sleepy, fatigue. Yeah. So anyway, there's that. So this day here, we did some errands. This would have been my mom's birthday, my sweet mother's birthday. So sore this day. Okay, fevers begin this day. Called Andrea. Okay. Then the gems came up. In fact, it wasn't all the gems. It was just, was it all the gems? Yeah, maybe. So all the gems came to visit for this week. I think they left on Friday to go back home, if I'm not mistaken. So my husband made him shrimp pasta because they love it and he enjoys making what they love. So yeah, so he did that. I had my oncology appointment this day. Everything went fine. There was a launch this day. On this day was the strawberry moon. So I just drew out, you know, wrote out the word strawberry, then put the little things up top to make it look like strawberries. And the moon was so beautiful. There was a launch this night as well. And then here I got nothing, you know. I had been like a week with fevers and it was not going well. So, let's see. Yep, we did errands this day. There was another launch. I finally filmed a video. My husband went to the doctor. This little picture of a camera is again clip art that I just drew on here. And then this is some exciting news. So, well, Remy was grazing. That's not exciting. It's annoying. There was another launch, for crying out loud. The boys applied. So my son and my daughter's boyfriend both applied for a position up here. They work in nuclear energy. And so they applied for a position up here. And lo and behold, they got the position. And crazily enough, my son starts next Monday. No, this Monday coming up. Holy cannoli. Yeah, the 15th. My daughter came up also at some point in here. No, she came up here. I haven't even started. We're all the way here this is when I'm filming this, July 10th, and I have done nothing. So I'll have to come in here and work on it. But anyway, my daughter's first day at work up here was here on the 8th. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's been crazy, guys. Crazy. So now, both my kids, oh my goodness. Well, my son is in the throes of packing up his whole house and selling it. He has to sell his house. And then my daughter's boyfriend has to pack up his house and sell it to then come up here. We've got like, my son is going to rent a place from my in-laws right here in our neighborhood. And oh my gosh, I don't know what my daughter's boyfriend's gonna do because he has a dog. And we can't have dogs here because we have a dog and our dog is not a friendly dog. I don't know. It's just been crazy. I know that it's just a little bit of stress. And then, by Christmas time, everything should be smoothed out. I'm hoping, right? Because now there are three of us moving. Okay. We're trying to sell our house. My son's selling his house. My daughter's boyfriend is selling his house. Then they're moving up here. I think her boyfriend comes up here mid-August to start working. My son starts on Monday. And yeah, and then they have to find a place to live up here. Okay, that's my life right now. So, needless to say, this is probably going to be my last video for quite some time because I'm just a little bit stressed, and yeah, dealing with all the health stuff that I'm dealing with, and then on top of that, dealing with, all the logistics of everybody moving and where's your stuff going to go, and do you need a storage unit, and do okay, so it's just been absolutely insane. Okay, insane. So we'll see how it all goes. But anyway, I have faith. Everything's going to work out. I know it's going to work out, but it's just the going through it, right? So anyhow, yeah, so that was amazing, an amazing answer to prayer, that they applied for the job, they both got the job, and yeah, things are just moving forward. So crazy, crazy, crazy. Then this whole rest of the week, like I was out. I was down for the count this week. Just the side effects were crazy for me. I had to increase my steroids because of the whole fever thing and whatever. They actually worked for like the first few days, and then I went back to this crazy cycle of fevers and all, whatever. So there was another launch. So I did nothing. Like my husband actually made me a sick bed on the couch. He's so sweet. Yeah. So I was like literally just on the couch. I've been really, really struggling. So, and then on this day we had a last minute showing, which is so, I can't even tell you how annoying that is. I cannot even tell you. It is very annoying. So yeah, they called up and they're like, oh, can we see the house? I think they called it like 1:15, and they wanted to see the house at 2:00. And I was just like, you know what? Just whatever. I don't care. We'll just do a quick tidy up, and I just don't even care anymore, And so we said, okay, 2:00. 2:00. Great. Okay. They showed up at 1:45. I'm just like, what? Do you not have a clock? Do you not have a watch? I don't understand it. That is not the first time that's happened either. Like, it happened once before when my daughter was here. She was like mid-changing, and people were at the door ready to walk in, and I just don't understand it. I really don't. I don't like last minute showings. I personally would never call a realtor. Knowing somebody was living in the house, I would never call a realtor and say, oh, I need to see it, in an hour. No, I would call and make an appointment for the next day or that weekend or, anyway. Anyway, we got it done and it was fine, Like if I knew they were going to put an offer on, then that's a different story. But if they're just coming to, gander and then be like, then it's just a waste of my time, I feel like, obviously you can't get someone to buy your house unless they come and look at it. But at the same time, it's just difficult, and especially again with my husband and my health issues, I had been on the couch like literally for 2 weeks. The showering situation was just getting not good. And even this day, I literally I didn't have even time to take a shower. I didn't even change out of my house dress. Like I literally left the house with a bed head in my house dress with my slippers on and left the house for like an hour so that we could show the house, just crazy insane. Now, had I thought about it, we probably could have gone to Walmart because I was probably dressed for it, but we didn't. No, we just go over to my in-laws' house and hang out there for an hour. Anyway, This little thing here was, I know I showed it to you before. I don't even know if you can see it, but oh yeah, you can. This here was a project that my daughter and I worked on. It was actually her project. It's like a little miniature thing. It goes on a bookshelf, super, super cute, and it was a lot of fun. I need to write a little ditty about it on there. Yeah, and that's how my month shaped up, or didn't in this case, because I spent most of for the first 2 weeks, or for the first week, my husband and I were both sick with a cold. And then the next couple of weeks, as we were getting over that, I started in with, side effects from, my cancer treatment. So it's just been, like I said, a roller coaster. But I hope you enjoyed that. I have, like I said, I've really, really been enjoying doing this calendar. It has been super fun. I can sit for, like even a half an hour and get like a whole week done. It's not that big of a deal to draw these, little pictures, write in little things, It just takes less time. It doesn't take a lot of, supplies at all. Yeah, and then just coming in here and working on it. So it doesn't really take a long time. I just really like it. I really, really like it. So there's that. Like I said, I need to start working on July. Oh yeah, that was the thing too. Like my son is like coming up here. I think he's going to leave his wife at home for a week. He's going to come up here, stay with us in our house. Then next weekend, I think we might all be traveling down. He lives about 2.5, 3 hours south of us. So we might all be traveling down there for him to rent a U-Haul, pack it all up with his belongings, bring it all up here to put in a storage unit until they find a place to live permanently. And yeah, so, oh my goodness. Then we're going to have to do it all over again when my daughter's boyfriend is ready to come up here, so it's going to be a crazy few months. Yeah, like I said though, to go through a little bit of stress right now, a little bit of stress, and then, we will be nice and relaxed in a few months and everyone will be in their place and it'll be glorious. So I look forward to that. It's just getting through the stressful logistical who's doing what kind of thing for right now, So praying for my son's house to sell quickly, praying that my daughter's boyfriend's house sells quickly, praying that they can come up here and find a house quickly, all of that, just that all the pieces will fall into place. And yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. I have no doubt that everything will work out. So yeah, there's that. There is that. Again, this is the first time that I am adding these little things. I have another picture over here of my gems. They were playing their game and I wanted to add that in here, but this is the first time I'm adding like little tip-ins. I haven't done that before. And so yeah, doing that. It might be a pain in the butt like when I go to draw something or write something on this side. I don't know. We'll have to see when I do that. But anywho, yeah, I don't know when I'm going to be able to film again because my son's going to be here. We're going to have a full house, until they move into my in-laws' place. I don't know. And then if we sell our place, hopefully, cross your fingers, we'll be having to move into my in-laws' other place for a time while we figure out where we're going to move, all that. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, guys. But yeah, I cannot commit to a certain filming schedule. Even I haven't filmed in like 3 weeks because I've just been rotting. I've been on my couch, yeah, with fever. So I have no idea what's happening. I don't know what's going on. I don't know when things are going to get even halfway back to normal. So I'm going to bid you adieu for a bit. I'm not sure for how long, but yes, I will look forward to the time when we can meet once again. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gave you some idea if you don't have like, a ton of supplies, a ton of room, a ton of time, then this might be the way that you could go as far as documenting the things that are going on in your life. It's super fun. I've really, really enjoyed it. I plan on, continuing to do this type of thing even into the time when perhaps I do have a craft room again and I can do my full-on journaling style. But yeah, I really like the way that this is coming out. I can still see at a glance what went on during that month. So that's fantastic for me. So yeah, I hope that gave you some ideas. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions, leave them below. And yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's free. And a thumb up would be nice. So I hope to see you very soon. Although I don't know when it's going to be, but I hope it will be relatively soon. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day, a wonderful week. Thanks again. I know time is precious and I really appreciate that you choose to spend it with me. And I will talk to y'all real soon. Bye for now.